Good morning, Pinecroft. Good to see everybody. I'm glad you're here this morning. I want to share a few announcements with you, but first, I want to remind you, if you happen to be our guest today, we're very happy to have you. I want to invite you to take one of the guest registration cards from the hymn book rack there in front of you. If you'll just pick up one of those, looks something like this. Take that and fill it out and drop it in the offering plate in just a minute when it's passed. We'd appreciate that very much. Love to have a record of your visit with us today. A couple of announcements that I need to mention to you. The annual Jolly Elders meal will be Thursday, November 19th. That's actually a couple of weeks out, but we need to make you aware of it. It's going to be at 11:30 at Johnny's Catfish. Tickets are $7. So if you will see Janet McKenzie for those tickets. So we'll be announcing that and making you aware of that as the time passes, but just to give you the information for right now. Also, this past Wednesday night, our church passed a recommendation in a special business meeting to adopt to purchase a system called Call 'em All so that we could get in touch quickly with all of our folks whenever there's a need for someone, if someone needs prayer, or whenever there's a need for maybe the pastor or someone to communicate with you quickly, to get word about something that's going on in our church, if there's been a death in our church family, if there's someone has an urgent prayer need, or if the pastor just needs to communicate a message to you. But this service is called Call 'em All, and we're going to provide a list. If for any reason you prefer not to be called, we'll have the option for you. If you'd say, well, I don't really want to be called about that, and we won't question that. Some of you, for whatever reason, may prefer not to be called, but we're going to assume that you want to be called, that you'd like to know, that you'd like to get that call. So we'll have that list available starting next Sunday. But at any rate, we'll get the message out to you. And I'm not sure how quickly, but I'm guessing probably within about a month, 3 or 4 weeks to a month at the most, we'll have that Call 'em All available so that you'll be receiving phone calls whenever there's some sort of urgent need within our church family. One other thing, you may have seen some folks in our church wearing some armbands that look sort of like this. You may have wondered, well, what's this all about, and why are these folks wearing these? It says, I will not let them serve alone or suffer alone. These are armbands that you can wear to remind you to pray for our persecuted brothers and sisters. And we purchased a limited number of these, and we ran out very quickly. We made them available just at cost. They cost about $2 a piece. If you would be interested in having one of these to help you remember to pray for folks, I think all of you are aware, whenever we come together all around the world, in many, many places, there are people who can't do what you're doing right now. They can't come together in an assembly like this because it's too dangerous. They'll be arrested, they'll be put in prison, some of them they'd be killed just for doing what you're doing. Those folks need our prayers, they need encouragement, and your prayers encourage them. But sometimes it's hard to remember. We live in a culture where we're free, and sometimes our freedom and the things that we enjoy we take for granted. We just forget. We don't mean to be forgetful. forgetful. So I want to say, if you'd like for us to order some more of these and you'd like to have one, we'll be glad to do that. But we want to be careful with church funds, even though that's not a lot of money. We want to be careful, but we'll be glad to order some more. If you'd like one, let me know after the service. I'll be standing in the back greeting, or you can let Brother Roger know, and we'll make sure that we get some more of these and make these available to you. Right now, let's stand and greet one another. If you would, smile at somebody first, shake their hand, and say, "It's great to see you here this morning." Will you do that?